Beans Baker, number 5. Published by Random House. Copyright 2001. Beans Baker, number 5. By Richard Torrey. The first game of the season was only 3 days away. Coach Munhall was handing out uniforms. Could hardly wait. All spring he had dreamed of wearing number 21, just like his hero, the great Roberto. Coach Munhall held up the number 21 jersey. "Here I am!" shouted Beans. But Coach Munhall handed it to Sheldon. "There must be a mistake," Beans said. "That's my number." "No," said Coach Munhall. "Here's your uniform." Beans looked at his jersey. "Number 5? It can't be!" Everybody knew about number 5. It was the number that Wrong-Way Haskins wore. Haskins hit a home run in his very first game in the majors, but he ran around the bases the wrong way. Knowing he would be teased, he quit baseball forever. "Hey, Beans, make sure you don't put that jersey on the wrong way. Get it?" Sheldon snickered. "This is terrible," groaned Beans. "I'm going to be laughed out of town." "It's just a number," said Coach Munhall. At practice the next day, Beans tried to hide his number by wearing his jacket, but it kept getting in the way. It was his worst practice ever. "Hey, Wrong Way, let me show you the right way," said Sheldon. He hit a pitch out of the park. "Reminds you of the great Roberto, doesn't it?" Beans told his friends he was thinking about quitting the team. "But you love baseball," said Lindsay, "almost as much as me." Beans shook his head. "I can't play wearing number 5." "It's just a number," Chester reminded him. "It's Wrong Way's number," said Beans. "I might as well be wearing number 13." "Hey, that's my number," said Chester. "Sorry," said Beans. Beans didn't go to the next practice. "I'm not feeling well," he told his mother. He wasn't really sick, but when he thought about wearing number 5, he did feel a little queasy. At practice, everyone wondered where Beans was. "We can't let him quit," Chester said to Lindsay. "How can we stop him?" "I have an idea," said Lindsay. "Here's the plan." After practice, Chester and Lindsay stopped at Beans's house. "Guess what?" said Lindsay. "We're quitting the team, too." "What?" said Beans. "Why?" "We don't want to get teased," said Chester. "With these glasses, who knows what other teams might call me? Four Eyes? Gogglehead?" "Gogglehead?" said Beans. There's no telling what kind of teasing a girl catcher might get, said Lindsay. Better safe than sorry. Right, Beans? Wrong, shouted Beans. Who cares what other teams say? Chester, your glasses help you see the ball better. Lindsay, you're the best catcher in the league, and you love baseball almost as much as me. You guys can't quit just because people might laugh at you. You're making a huge mistake. I think you just talked us out of quitting, said Lindsay. I think I just talked myself out of quitting, said Beans. It worked, shouted Chester. I mean, see you at the game, Beans. The next morning, Beans and his family arrived at the field just as the game was about to start. You're late, shouted Sheldon. Did your dad go the wrong way? Coach Munhall made Beans sit on the bench because he had missed practice, but he told him to stay ready. Beans watched as the other team went ahead, 2-0. Then, in the bottom of the ninth, Chester and Lindsay both got hits. With 2 outs, everyone was counting on Sheldon to hit a home run and win the game. Come on, Sheldon, Chester yelled from second base. Just like in practice. Only this time it's for real, added Lindsay. Sheldon's knees started to knock. Even from the bench, Beans could see his face turning white. All of a sudden, Sheldon fainted. He fell on top of the catcher. Rip! Went Sheldon's pants. Beans, you'll have to bat, yelled Coach Munhall. Now batting, Beans Baker, number 5, said the announcer. Beans' family cheered. The other team laughed. Number 5? It's wrong way, they shouted. Beans stepped up to the plate. Hey, wrong way. Want a map? The catcher said. Beans swung at the first pitch. He missed, and his helmet spun around. Strike 1, shouted the umpire. The other team laughed even harder. Look, yelled the pitcher. He's wearing his helmet the wrong way. Beans swung at the second pitch. He missed again. Strike 2, shouted the umpire. Maybe he's holding the bat the wrong way, the shortstop hollered. Beans took a deep breath and waited for the third pitch. Clip. Beans hit a ground ball. It skipped toward the first baseman. I'm out, thought Beans. But the ball hit the first baseman's knee and bounced high in the air. Run! Shouted Coach Munhall. Beans was already running, rounding first base. As the ball came down, it hit the pitcher on the head and bounced toward the outfield. "Keep going!" shouted Coach Munhall, waving his arm like a windmill. Beans stepped on second base and kept running. The center fielder kept running too, right into the left fielder. Crash! Chester scored. Lindsay scored. Beans tagged third base and headed for home. The left fielder picked up the ball and threw it with all his might. "Slide, Beans, slide!" yelled Coach Munhall. Beans, the catcher, and the ball all arrived at the same time. When the cloud of dust settled, the umpire yelled, "Safe!" There was no more laughing. There were no more jokes about "wrong way." Beans Baker, number 5, had won the game. "Ice cream for everyone!" shouted Coach Munhall. "Hey, Beans," said Lindsay, "Sheldon said he doesn't want the Great Roberto's number any more. Everyone's calling him the Great Rip-Airto." "Now you can switch to number 21, said Chester. "No," said Beans, 5 is fine with me. Besides, it's just a number."